This Independence Day, we have decided to spread awareness about something useful to the nation rather than the same old school boring speeches. We have chosen a present hot topic which is very influential on the future of India. And that topic is atmanirbhar Bharat.
What is Atmanirbhar Bharat? Atmanirbhar Bharat is the vision of Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi of making India a self-reliant nation. The first mention of this came in the form of the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan or the Self-Reliant India Mission during the announcement of coronavirus pandemic related economic package on 12th May 2020.
Now let's use some stats to analyze the situation. India's imports from China add up to $70.3 billion in a year, but India exports only $16.7 billion worth of goods to China. So basically, there's a trade deficit or difference of $50.3 billion. Well, so what's the reason? It's dumping. Let me explain to you what dumping is. Basically, China targets a section of the market and starts producing those goods in large quantities and oversupplies that section with goods at very low prices. Naturally, the goods produced by other suppliers loses demand and eventually they need to shut down their production. Once this happens, China drastically increases the price of that particular good because there's no other supplier. As a result, they regain their loss and that particular market comes into China's control. And it's not just India suffering. Even the US has been suffering due to dumping by China over the past few years.
So, what can we do? Ban Chinese products? But that's not possible because of rules laid down by World Trade Organization. It states that no country can just cut off imports from other country. So what can we do instead is we can select any other country which can supply us the same product and substitute China with that country. For instance, the Indian TV market is around 16 to 17 million units per year, from which India imported color TVs worth $781 million in financial year 2019 to 20. That includes imports of $293 million from China.
Now let's take example of toys. This market is worth 4,500 crores. About 80% of toys in India are from China. The problem is not that these are from China. The problem is that these toys are unsafe for children. According to statistics, about 67% of toys in India are unsafe and fail the safety standard test, but still encouraged.
Then what can the government do? There are a lot of goods that can be produced in our country, but still they are not, but instead being imported. 22% of the generic medicines in the world are made by India, but almost 90% of the raw materials are imported from China. To be simplified, India can't even manufacture vitamin C tablets from scratch. Even mobiles. India is the second largest user of mobile phones in the world, but still, no phones are manufactured in India. They are only assembled.
Okay, so after understanding the current situation, we can say that Atmanirbhar Bharat is difficult but not impossible. Let us see what we as Indians can do and have done towards the moment. Now let's talk about some real facts. In the last 3 months, a new industry worth 1,000 crores is developed. Textiles industry has to be closed down due to COVID-19. But even during these tough times, they took opportunity of manufacturing PPE kit, and now India makes 4,50,000 PPE kits per day. In these 3 months, India has become the world's second largest supplier of medical personal protective equipment. It is expected $60 million industry by 2025. Believe it or not, this all happened in less than 60 days.
Liquor made from France is one of the most popular forms of country-made liquor in tribal Madhya Pradesh. Faced with an acute shortage of spirits, a group of tribal women in dense forests of Madhya Pradesh, Alirajpur, has started manufacturing organic sanitizers with the liquor made from mahua flowers.
In the past 5 months, over 1,000 companies have moved out of China and are planning to move into India. And Indian government has also reserved a huge amount of land for those companies. Over 300 companies have already completed the agreements on paper. All these stories are showcasing the change in India. What can we do to boost up this change? Simple. Before buying anything, you have to check 2 things: brand and the country of manufacturing, but not the price. Finally, I would conclude with a small fact. The history says that it was always the citizen who can do for the nation. Keep dreaming and keep achieving. Thank you.